This is a breakdown of how I achieved this scene.
Rendering hostile airspace.
I had to watch this scene a few times just to understand what it entails and what kind of skills and softwares I need to use along the way. In normal production, this is usually the work of a CG supervisor, I believe so.
Rendering hostile airspace.
From this scene, I need 2 helicopters. Blender can competitively handle this. So the modeling was done in Blender. I needed to make a choice regarding the texturing, simply because I knew I would use Udemy textures. I have heard of great texturing softwares, but unfortunately, I'm not very competent in, for example, Substance Painter. I was forced to use Blender and Photoshop for the texturing. I'm hoping I'll be able to just give a glimpse of how I did this in the coming tutorials. From this movie, you can see we have environments. I needed to make a choice on what system I'm going to develop this environment. And it turns out Blender has the capacity to reproduce these rocks, because much of what we can see are hanging rocks and gardens. So it was just a matter of knowing how to procedurally generate rocks, have a system to array the trees and vegetation. I was not able to reproduce these hanging tendrils. Are they called tendrils? I was not able to reproduce these hanging and climbing plants simply because my system was crashing a lot at this moment. The next thing I realized I needed was fog and volumetric. I know that volumetrics in any software, not just in Blender, are difficult to render. I had to go through a few YouTube tutorials to find out how I would do the volumetrics. I'm going to share along the way some of the useful tutorials I came across. I needed a software to do the final composition. I know there are industry standard software for compositing such as Nuke, Natrium and all that, but I don't know how to use that. So again, I exported my clips one by one and just used Adobe Premiere Pro to do the video editing because not much compositing was needed, and if any, I used the Blender's default compositor.